Welcome back to the Phenoms Part 2 Week 6 recap. Another solid week for me. I went 4 for 5. One person couldn't do their job, but pretty solid week. Predictions wise, as I usually say, if I say it, that's usually what's going to happen. We'll start the week off with Willie Bad versus Tickle Shits. This particular one went my way. It's 96 to 64. Really wasn't even close. Willie Bad, terrible week, low scorer in the league. Sometimes that happens. Sometimes somebody's got to be the low scorer. Unfortunately for you, it happens more often than not. And we don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. This fantasy league is an uplifting league. We want everybody to feel included, and we want everybody to have a good attitude. And so, I don't want to go in depth like knocking Kyle, as we've said, and in his name, he is Willie Bad at fantasy. He has a 2-4 record. With such a convincing victory, 96 to 64, Tickle Shits also has the same record as Willie Bad, but he's winning, and you really put it together here. You got a lot of people on your roster. Josh Jacobs had a strong performance, and Bourne had a strong performance, but really your best player is Josh Allen. Everybody knows that. And so, congratulations, Tickle Shits. I called that one. Next, we have Downtown St. Brown versus Better Call Persall. The score was 84 to 65. Also predicted this. Downtown St. Brown, maybe you're getting back to normal because, as we stated a couple weeks ago, you were the top scorer. I didn't look right this second. I guess I will after this past week. Who's the high scorer on the year? Where are you at? 569, 583. Oh, shoot. The high scorer for the league is a rebuilding season, so that's a shocker. I as we've stated before, I guess you just rebuilt finally because you've been terrible for so long. Rebuilding seems to be going in your favor currently. Anyway, Downtown St. Brown, you won that one 84 to 65, as I called. Real strong showing. I see a lot of upside potential for you. Next, we got Lamborghini versus Bye Week. Lamborghini, you pulled this out 111 to 89. Nobody was shocked there. Why? Because I called it. And, I knew you had a strong game plan, which we had talked about. You're 3-3. Bye week, you're 2-4, but pretty familiar territory. DeAndre Swift went nuts this week. I mean, that was, I don't know if it's a difference maker, but that got you 13 more points than projected. So it kind of put it out of reach, I guess. George Pickens had a pretty good week, in Dallas Goedert for you bye week, but it wasn't good enough because your other part of the roster was pretty bad. I'm looking at 8, 9, 10. You had 15 points out of 5 players. That pretty much sank you right there. Hey, but it's okay. Keep your head up. Hey, just keep your head up if you would. Next, we have Wrecking Crew versus Red Nuts. Now your records are both 3-3. Wrecking Crew, you won this one 109 to 102. Nobody was shocked there. I predicted it as I win almost all the predictions. Daniel Jones had a solid week for your Red Nuts, but just wasn't enough to pull it out. And Jigba, he was only projected 11. He had 23, but I think he's the number 1 wide receiver in the league this year, so maybe the projection is low, but it wasn't enough to pull it out. Cody just had your number. Cody's got some good players. He's got a strong running back core. Jamar Chase, he has somebody that can actually throw him the ball now. Even though he's 47, he's a lot better than what they had. So that kind of was maybe the difference maker, because other than that, there was no real shockers. Matter of fact, Jalen Warren had less points than he was projected, but Jamar Chase had a good week. And then so that'd make me 4 for 4. Now let's just get to it and say what it is. We're all friends with Mitchell. We know Mitchell has low self-esteem and he needed uplifted. And I couldn't think of a better birthday present for him than to let him pull one out. and I made it where it wasn't even close, just for confidence sake. He won 131 to 190 or to 93. He won 131 to 93. We both have 5-1 records, but I knew if I let him win, this would be the highest ranked he's ever been this far in the season. And I just think he needs a confidence builder. You know, like I said, he has low self-esteem. His dog is not an intelligent dog, and so I know he has difficulty dealing with him on a daily basis. You know, wishing that he was smarter than he is, and he's got a piercing yip. But now that they've already bonded, he had already bonded with the dog when he discovered that the puppy yip didn't go away and become more manly. It just got more high pitched and louder because it's older. And his dog has some learning issues, and so it's just what it is. You know what I mean? So I feel kind of bad for him, and I just happy birthday, Mitchell. I wanted you to have some self-esteem. I know lots of times you drink your pain away every day, and just a lot of concern. But I'm hoping that my kindness and love offered to you this past week, I hope that it pushes your life forward. You know, everybody needs that step sometimes that puts you on a different level mentally, and I'm hoping that my gift to you is what did it. So I purposely took one for the team. I purposely ruined my 5 for 5 this week, but we did it because Mitchell's all of our friends, and so that's really it. My gift to you this past week is nothing but love, Mitchell. So, tune in later today, possibly in the morning, for the Week 7 predictions. That's it for the recap. Mitchell, proud of you. That really puts you over the top there. You're the number 1 team in scoring, and you're also in first place. That's never happened this far into the season. And I know you feel pretty good about yourself, and I did that for you. Did I want to go undefeated this year? Yeah, sure. I mean, will I end up by the time the season's over? I don't know the weeks off the top of my head. I mean, will I be 17 or 18-0? No, because I gave a present to you. I'll be 17 or 18-1, and I'm fine with that, especially if it helps you in your mental health journey. So, love you, Mitchell. I hope things are good, and that's it. We'll see you in the predictions.